why they're not good crabs? Turn around. Do you know why they're not good crabs?
No, why?
Because we need an expert to tell us how to open them.
Mike O'Brien, he's a trustee. He's at St. Mary's County, which is like the home for great seafood and crabs.
Class of 68.
Right, and we're at the St. Mary's reunion.
Former football star.
And Mike's going to show us the proper way to eat a crab.
Yes, this is from when you get paid a penny a crab, you learn how to pick them quick. So you grab the back crab by the back fin.
You have to have the beer in the video.
Wait a minute, I gotta get where I can see the crab.
You can remove the claws and set those aside for later. Turn in a couple of the legs. Remove the lady fin, take the tip of the shell if you want, and you pull it off to the side like that. Those are the little gills that.
I know what they are. I know what they are, man. I know a little bit.
In theory, this would be a sharp knife. We would remove the how you doing? That part of the crab.
Well, I don't like sharp, man.
Yeah, we call it the intestines, the kidneys. Yeah. And then you would cut off the front of the crab here in a V-shaped pattern. So now you have a crab that has 100% edible except the hard shell. Now what you would do is you would take your sharp knife, in theory it would be a sharp knife, and you cut off these knuckles right here, 2 at a time. Front 2, these 2 here, and then the back one. Right there. So you'd have a nice smooth edge right around the crab. Do the same thing on the left side. And then in order.
Move that hand back a little bit, yeah.
Okay. So now you've got the body of the crab, which causes most people the biggest problem. People can eat claws, they can eat legs, but they can't seem to eat. You stand the crab on the side, on its end, stand it up like that, and you go approximately in the center of the crab and slice down. Okay, you cut these chambers basically in half. So when you finish with those 2 cuts, you end up with the bottom half of the crab. Now this crab should flake out basically in large flakes if you work from the outside to the inside. See, they're all coming out in nice big flakes. So that's it. Normally you'd use a knife rather than your finger, but we have a plastic knife. All that crab meat just basically comes out without any trouble. Not a very good demonstration.
You don't have a good crab though.
That's a good enough crab, it's just I'm using a plastic knife.
What do you think about male versus female crabs?
You know, we only eat male crabs. Female crabs, we make soup out of them, but
they're not faithful.
There's really no difference.
The female crabs are not faithful.
Then you end up with that empty chamber on the bottom. The top half is a little confusing to people. And there's on this side there's a little piece of meat. There's a little piece of meat on this top of this shell that from when you cut it. Once you cut that off, you now have this membrane. And you'll notice that if you feel around here, everything is pointed in the same direction. So if you squeeze the back side of it, the meat all gets forced out to the front, and voila, you end up with the meat and the shell in your other hand. Maybe this side will be a little bit better. You pick the meat, the loose meat off of the side here. You got all the meat pointed in the right direction. You just squeeze it, just like that. You see that meat come out of there, and then you pick it off, and that's it.
Give a hand to Dr. Michael Brien,
the crab expert. Now, let me ask you a few questions. How much? Oh, okay, let's do the claw.
If you're going to do the claw, the traditional way to do it is to take a sharp knife and cut. This is a plastic knife. Okay, that works. So you cut it right behind the joint, right there.
Yeah.
See that right there? And then you snap it. And if you did it right, all the meat comes out. Didn't do that one right. Backside you can do with your fingers. Same thing. Each side of the joint, crack it in the middle.
That's great. He told us at the Discovery Station.
And you're done.
Now, how much, since you've gotten the most meat out of that crab that anybody's ever gotten out of a single crab, how much content of good edible crab meat do you think that is? Quarter of a cup?
You normally need 2 good fat crabs to make a crab cake.
Okay, so 2 crab cakes, 2 crabs per crab cake. And is that with filler or without filler?
That's without filler.
And so...
And that's assuming that they're 6-inch crabs and they're big.
Yeah,
5-inch crabs, you'd probably have to have 3 to crab cake.
Yeah.
Tony!
And so the next question is, how do you eat an oyster?
You don't have to man.
That'll be part 2.
That'll be part 2?
Yeah, we'll be back during oyster season to see how Mike eats oysters.
Oysters are really simple. There's a soft side of the shell and a hard side of the shell. And if you turn the oyster the right way up, the knife just works its way right through the soft side of the shell. It's that easy.
Okay, well thank you. Thank you, Mike. Give me an email address so I can send this to you.
It's that easy.